Hey guys, how's it going? It's Al. We're halfway through week one. So much content I have already put out on this YouTube channel. I have even more. Best Buys is live on ESPN Plus right now. My weekly article for Daily Fantasy is out. The Daily Fantasy Edge podcast has been recorded and will be out later today. Highlights from that podcast will be on this YouTube channel, published later tonight. But this video right now, I'm going to give you my 5 picks against the spread for week one of NFL. I am very excited. We're also going to throw in a bonus because my Twitch chat requested that I also give a team that we're going to use in a survivor pool. So I'm going to give you a survivor pick as well as my 5 picks against the spread. I have to preface this by saying I am not a sports bettor. I play daily fantasy sports. I'm a fantasy analyst. I play for a ton of money every single weekend on DraftKings and across the daily fantasy industry. But I live in California. Sports betting not legal here. It's not a thing that I do. Even when I go to Vegas, I'll dabble, I'll play a little bit, but it's not something that I spend a ton of time on. It's not a hat. It's not a rack that I hang my hat on. I am not here telling you that I am an expert sports bettor or I'm a handicapper or anything else. This is an exercise for me to flex a muscle or a set of muscles that I don't tend to flex on a weekly basis. Last year, I was making 5 picks against the spread in an article on my website. I would publish that pretty much every week, but I kind of fell off as the season went on. This year, I am going to do it a little bit more religiously because I'm tying it in with my stream schedule. So it's something that's easier for me to record a video than it is for me to write an article. So these will come out every single week. Every Thursday, I will publish 5 picks. I am doing this because I want to know what my record would be. All right. I've seen other content creators do this on TV, on radio. They take their 5 picks, they compile their record throughout the season. Last year, I believe my winning record at the end of the season was 59 point something %, which is fine. It's not great. I'm not setting the world on fire, but I did well against the spread last year. I'm hoping to be able to replicate that success again this year. And this is going to be the first video of the year as far as that. So thank you very much for tuning in once again. If you would drop a like on this video, subscribe to the channel, ring the notifications bell. Links to all my socials down below in the description. If you click show more, you'll find them, and my Instagram page if you do me the kind to click follow and click and follow there in the pinned comment down below. That would be greatly appreciated. So let's get to week one. Let's get to my picks. Let's see who we've got. I'm right here on the DraftKings Sportsbook. They have all the picks for you. Obviously, I said I can't bet. You can see here, log in to place bets. I can't really bet. I can't log in, but it's a great place if you're looking for odds, if you're looking for lines or player props or anything else betting related. They've got everything up to date with the markets that have moved and everything else. So my first play of the week of my 5, the Rams are visiting Carolina. The Rams are favored by 2.5 points, but I'm gonna take those 2.5 points and I'm gonna stay with the home team, the Carolina Panthers. If you guys have paid attention to anything that I've done this offseason, you know how high I am on this Carolina team. I think that they're going to hit the ground running at home week one. This is one of my games that for daily fantasy purposes, I think has a chance to shoot out. I love the ability of both teams offensively, and I think that both of them are going to put the defenses in stress positions. They're going to stretch them out of their comfort zones and allow them to have some really either sustained drives or quick touchdowns. I like the Panthers to cover here. That's the route that I'm going to go in this game. Second game, Detroit Lions going up against the Arizona Cardinals. Arizona Cardinals have a bad offensive line, though I think that they can scheme to kind of mitigate that problem. It was much more of a problem last year when Josh Rosen was the quarterback who takes 5 and 7 step drops in an unimaginative offense that took too long to get the ball out, and he himself is a statue. They replaced that with an offense that's going to move the ball extremely quickly, get it out in under 3 seconds, and if they can't, they have a quarterback who runs as fast as the fastest wide receivers in the league in Kyler Murray, tailor-made for this Cliff Kingsbury offense. However, on the other side of the ball, they are really poor on defense. I don't think that they're going to be able to handle teams like the Lions who want to run the ball, but also have a viable quarterback with very talented weapons on the outside in Marvin Jones Jr. and Kenny Golladay, with the bargain basement cornerbacks that the Cardinals are left with. And when you factor in that the Lions are a team that wants to run the ball and play slow, they have all the weapons to do that with Kerryon Johnson, a solid offensive line. They brought in CJ Anderson. They also have Ty Johnson, the rookie, who can take over for Theo Riddick's role in the passing game. I think that the Cardinals are going to struggle to stop the Lions. I think that the Lions are going to get a lead in this game and deflate the ball. And I think that they win by more than the 2.5 point spread on DK Sportsbook. The Lions are my choice here as a road favorite. I usually don't like taking road favorites. It's not usually a place that I was, hanging my hat last year. But in this week, in week 1, with all the things considered, bad offensive line, bad cornerbacks, unable to stop the weapons that are against them, a capable quarterback, a team that wants to run and take the Cardinals out of what they want to do offensively, and you factor in that the Lions are one of the better teams at stuffing the run. David Johnson's going to have a problem getting after it this weekend. They're going to have to utilize him in space and get him involved in the passing game for them to have the success that they want offensively. But also the Lions very underrated against rushing quarterbacks. They held all the rushing quarterbacks they faced last year under their expectations. So I like the Lions here in this game. Moving to the Chiefs visiting the Jaguars. Chiefs, one of the best offenses that we've seen ever last year. This year, they're going to face a lot stiffer competition. They start off on the road in Jacksonville. And in my opinion, this Jacksonville team is improved from the Jacksonville team that lost in Kansas City last year, 30-14. In that game, we did see Blake Bortles throw for over 400 yards, well over 400 yards. And we also saw Patrick Mahomes' worst day as a quarterback last year. The only regular season game in 2018 where Patrick Mahomes did not throw for a touchdown. He did run one in, and the Chiefs did win 30-14 in that game. But again, that game was at home. The Chiefs defense much better at home. I think that they're going to struggle against Leonard Fournette, against Dede Westbrook. I believe that Nick Foles is an upgrade from Blake Bortles at quarterback. Jacksonville is going to pull off the upset here, at least against the spread, favored by the Chiefs, favored by 3.5. I'll take the 3.5 points with the Jags at home and hope that we can cover that one. Moving on to the Redskins and the Eagles. 10 points is a lot in the NFL. Philadelphia Eagles favored by 10 here in this game at home, but everything going against the Washington Redskins. That offensive line is pretty much as bad right now as those Arizona Cardinals cornerbacks with the pieces that they have missing. The Philadelphia Eagles have some of the best combinations of sets. Their front four, their linebackers, their offensive line, their running backs, their wide receivers, and their quarterback all rank in the top 5 in the league at those respective positions. They are going to manhandle the Redskins this weekend. I expect them to throttle them and easily cover this 10-point spread. I could see them winning this game 30-13 and just win going away at home in Philly. So give me Philly. I'm going to lay the wood. I'll lay the 10 points here. No issue from me. When it comes to the Patriots, they pretty much cover more often than anybody else. You have the Steelers missing Antonio Brown, or maybe they're not missing Antonio Brown with all the nonsense that's going on in Oakland this preseason regarding him. But this offense is going to have to reinvent itself and find new ways to get open and find new ways to create sustained drives, while the Patriots are just going to kind of keep on rolling. Yes, they lose Gronkowski, but they add Josh Gordon once again. Their running back situation obviously settled with Sony Michel handling all the running work, James White handling all the passing downs, more depth at that position than most teams can even imagine. Offensive line, great. Tom Brady, great. And defense, one of the stingiest ones in the league. These teams very familiar with one another. Bill Belichick, as good a coach as has ever walked the sidelines in the NFL. I'm going to lay the 5.5 points with the Patriots over the Steelers. So my 5 picks on the week for recap: the Panthers plus 2.5, the Lions minus 2.5, the Jaguars plus 3.5, the Eagles minus 10, and the Patriots minus 5.5. Moving on to a survivor. We've set up with our Twitch chat every single one of these recordings that I do for YouTube. Every one of these uploads is recorded live on Twitch. We've set up an eliminator challenge on ESPN. You pick one team, no spread involved. They just have to win. You move on if you don't know what a survivor or an eliminator is. Very straightforward. You can only use that team once. This week, as you can see, the percent that these teams have been picked, The Jets 3%, the Browns 6%, the Chiefs 6%, the Ravens 13%, but on the road I will save the Ravens for a better spot at home later in the season. The Eagles, as I said, I expect them to throttle Washington. If you want to get off the chalk of the Seattle Seahawks going up against the Bengals at home, that's fine. The Eagles would be my number 2 pick in terms of survivor this week, but for me, I'm just going to ride the chalk. It's just too easy. Seattle at home, Cincinnati without AJ Green, struggling on defense. They don't have what it's going to take to beat that Seattle defense. They don't have what it takes to stop the Seattle offense, whether it's going to be through the air or on the ground. Seattle's going to deal with this eliminator challenge very easily, at least to me, and let me walk into week 2 with a team that survives. That's going to do it for this video. I appreciate you guys hanging out once again. Thank you. Like, subscribe, comment, follow, Instagram, everything else. Click all the damn things down in the description. I will be back tomorrow with my 1-hour lineup building show. We record that live on Twitch. It's 1 hour where I take questions from Twitch subscribers. We then upload it here to YouTube. Hopefully any questions that you have for the weekend, this or that, this 2v2, strategy questions, what should I do in terms of bankroll management, game selection. I take an hour every single week on twitch.tv/al_smizzle and answer questions from all of my Twitch subs in that hour, and then we'll upload it here to YouTube so you guys can enjoy it. So thank you for watching here on YouTube. Join us on Twitch for the live streams, and I'll catch you later. Bye.